वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् अर्जुन उवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमः श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेशमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्य माव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम् सन्धियं येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिरवाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम् मय्येव मन आधस्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्मा परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रिता सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान् श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम् अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निरममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यार्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यस्मान्नो युज्यते लोको लोकान्नो युज्यते जयः हर्षामाशभयोद्वेगै मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्षः उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिरमौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धाना भक्तास्तेऽतीव मे प्रियः ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता सूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे भक्तियोगो नाम द्वादशोऽध्यायः हरिः ओम तत्सत् हरिः ओम तत्सत् हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री कृष्ण परमस्तु शुभं भूयात् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है। इस उपदेश को सृष्टि के आरंभ से ही सुनाया गया था। सबसे पहले इस उपदेश को सुनने वाले सूर्य नारायण थे, फिर मनु महाराज हुए, फिर इक्ष्वाकु महाराज हुए। इस प्रकार परंपरा से चलता हुआ ये गीता ज्ञान द्वापर युग में कई लाख वर्षों के बाद फिर से भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को सुनाया था।
Sham Tatvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamajalam Sarvati Shibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satgurum Tam Namami Satgurum Tam Namami. Chitta Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Viniveta Kama Dvandva Vimukta Sukha Dukha Sanghe Gacchanta Mula Paramapyayam Tat Sarvasya Jaham Hriti Sannivishto Mattasmitiragya Namapohanam Cha Vedai Cha Sarvai Rahameva Vedu Vedanta Kitave Davideva Jaham Vedanta Kitave Davideva Jaham Vedanta Kitave Davideva Jaham. You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly. You will be helping your beloved ones and your family and the world.
Thank you so much, GeetaKiran ji. Beautiful. Before we move forward, I want to remind that tomorrow morning we will have a special monthly program on Facebook where GeetaKiran ji will be giving us a longer version of meditation. And also I will take a few minutes to talk about how moon has been powerful in helping us meditate. This time I request Sri Dr. Narendra Kapoor, please take the floor and give us some words of wisdom. Kapoor Sahib.
सुदेव सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर्धुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्यासुव ॐ हरिण्यगर्भात् संवृतताग्रे भूतस्य याता पतिरेकयाचैत् सदाधार पृथ्वी ध्यामुते माम् कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ या आत्मदा बलदा यस्य विश्व उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवा यस्य छाया अमृतं यस्य मृत्यु कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिः समप्रभः निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकारेषु सर्वदा ॐ मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनो हरि ॐ शान्तकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगी वृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोक एकनाथं। Thank you, Joshi ji, Prasad ji, my dear sister Geeta ji. It's a divine opportunity that we get together once in a week to share the thoughts on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today, I would like to share some wisdom embedded in verse 48 of chapter 2. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam taktva dhananjaya siddhi siddhyo samo bhutva smatvam yoga uchat. Literal meaning that people who are steadfast, focused, and attached to the Almighty, such people should perform their action, all actions, without attachment. When they do that, in that process, there is no grief or failure, and there is no happiness or success. Siddhi asiddhyo samo bhutva, they are very balanced in these two concepts. We are living our lives on a daily basis, very unfocused mind, and that is why we suffer. We suffer a lot. All sufferings are self-imposed. I have been stressing this more than enough many times with utmost humility, that the creation is so beautiful. The Almighty Bhagwan Shri Krishna, He created His creation faultless, the most beautiful product ever created. इससे ऊपर कुछ नहीं है. Everything is perfect. The problem is with us. We misuse, abuse, misapply, disobey the eternal laws, and we suffer. And why suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering, we leave this planet. It's a human tragedy. This human body is the apex point of creation. Iske upar kuch nahi hai. There is nothing beyond that. So keeping in mind that this is the most golden opportunity to have existence on this planet in the human form, we must at all times, with this awareness, discharge our duties, all duties. Make a partner of the Almighty Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Treat him as an eyewitness around you, with you, behind you, in front of you. If that type of awareness is patronized on a daily basis with conviction and profound perseverance, there are chances after many years of sacred practice of this type of procedure, we may change, we may transform. I was just reading one of the quotations my dear sister Geeta put upon the screen. There are many books who inform us, but there is only one which can transform us, and that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are talking about that. So Bhagavad Gita gives you the comfort if you follow the rules. It guides you and each and every step, because each and every word is coming from the lotus lips of Lord Krishna, and that cannot be wrong. We believe in many warranties and guarantees in which the world in which we live, but this divine warranty we don't believe. We don't at all. So that is why the social fabric, the spiritual in-depth is totally disarrayed. There is no harmony inside out. And face is the index of your mind. So our mind is not focused. That is what I shared with you last time also. And this particular verse, Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyakta Dhananjaya, that people with focused mind who discharge their duties, Yogastha Kuru. First of all, let me explain the meaning of yoga. It has been misunderstood, misapplied at our own convenience. Instead of lifting ourselves to that height from where these words are coming, we bring it down to our own level and make a mess. Yoga means you are united with the Almighty. There is a technique, there is a process. That is called yoga. You are not connected permanently. And in that light and in that mode of mind, whatever you do, it is a divine work. There is no suffering in that. It is all peace. But if you want to be happy, then try to get also the other side in the world of duality. But peace is peace. That is the eternal world. So whatever we do on a daily basis, make Bhagwan Shri Krishna your partner. With this awareness, you will never dare to initiate any bad action. You will never ever dare to utter any negative thoughts. Your speech will be uplifting, positive, because you are being watched by Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who is your partner. And rightly so. That is the transformation we are talking, coming out of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, literally, you can have many, many meanings, and there are a whole lot of literature. But Bhagavad Gita is a wisdom of practicality, day-to-day life. It is for the Karma Yogi. It is for the elite minds also. But for the householder, the life we are living, you cannot run away. You cannot run away. That is not the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. We have to develop the art of detachment in attachment. We used this word last time. Develop the art of detachment in attachment. In this world in which we are living, you cannot run away. And that was the problem of Arjuna also. He wanted to run away. But at the end of chapter 18, the last verse, he understood what Bhagwan Shri Krishna was saying and how he transformed him in that process. We are also Arjunas. That is the practical wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. In our own way, the whole Mahabharata is inside. All the Pandavas, all the Kauravas, it is inside. Historically, that happened. Nobody can deny it. But spiritually, our beloved Guruji used to give this example that the whole Mahabharata is inside. Sometime we are Duryodhana when we are full of jealousy, full of backbiting. Arjuna is playing that character. But when you are compassionate, when you are full of empathy, go and touch the people who are suffering, you are totally transformed at that time. You become one of the Pandavas under the guidance of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So we must learn certain lessons and transform our daily life. That is what Bhagavad Gita wants. Otherwise, you look at the world, how it is torn, how many killing, how many terrible sufferings are going around. And then we blame the Almighty. The Almighty laughs. I didn't do anything. You did it, and you pay the price. at our own mini form, in a microscopic lens, if we study our daily life, we are also doing the same thing. Our social environment is so contaminated and poisonous. People just show the lip sympathy. They are telling you something, they are meaning something else totally. And they don't understand that it's a poisonous process. They will become snake by using this type of concept in daily life. Bhagavad Gita is the lighthouse. It is a challenge that you are the most elitist existence on this planet. Behave like that and follow the dictum of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Going back to this verse, Yogastha Kuru Karmane Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhi Asiddhi Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchte. That is called yoga. When the total detachment to the success and failure, because you have already made Bhagwan Shri Krishna your partner, and it cannot go wrong. When Prabhu is the partner, it cannot go wrong. All the Kauravas was killed, such a big army, but those 5 Pandavas, under the protection of Lord Krishna, they were saved. So that is the message coming out of this particular verse also. Verse 48, chapter 2. Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhi Asiddhi Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchate. Create that type of union through your daily doings. And with this awareness, with this commitment that this is the only golden opportunity on this planet. It is now or never. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. It is today. It is today, now. Make a commitment and change under the superior guidance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the entire world, this is the only treatise which has been translated in almost all the world languages. But we don't need this authentication. Bhagavad Gita, it happened in Punjab, in India. Bhagwan Shri Krishna manifested in India. We should be proud of that. We are also born there. That type of thinking should be there. This is my own product. And I must pin my complete faith to uplift myself, transform myself, and go and touch the people. They will be transformed because you have created a very powerful aura against you, around you. Whosoever will come into that field, they will be magnetized spiritually. So, with these thoughts, keeping in with the time, because I'm very respectful of time, I will conclude my presentation right here with a very humble submission that please change. This is the golden opportunity. It is now or never. And you have to do it. Nobody else can do. No Mahatma, no learned man, none can change you. You have to change under their guidance. It is your practice and your commitment. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much. I love the partnership with Sri Krishna. For any business we like to do today, we want to get a good partner. If Krishna is your partner, you are guaranteed to be successful in life. Ultimate success. Thank you, Kapoor Sahab.
Thank you.
I request Dr. Prasad, please take, and after Dr. Saab, you are done, please request Ramesh ji to give some words of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you very much, Joshi ji. Jai Sri Krishna to each one of you for your attendance, for your participation. And we hope the kind of deliberations which we carry on, it will for each one of us to benefit from all these. As you know, we have been trying to understand the deep message that Lord is trying to convey to us through the verse 6, the verse 9 of chapter 4. But before that, my prayer to Lord Sri Krishna and to Gurudev. Vansi vibhushita kara navnirdabha pitambara arunabimba phaladharosta Purnendu sundar mukha Arvind netra Krishnat param kimapi tattvamaham na jane Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The verse we have been discussing for quite some time now, we are trying to understand the deep message in it. Particularly since Lord has mentioned the word Tattvataha. What is the essence of what? Of his Dibya Janma and Dibya Karma. Once you have understood that, the essence of it, Lord says, Tyaktva deham punarjanmanaiti mameti surjuna. So here there are three events. This we are trying to understand in depth. I repeat, I am repeatedly using that because it's not so easy to understand. Practice, unless we understand, we cannot practice. So understanding is very important. He who thus knows truly the divine birth and action of mind, what happens? Tyaktva deham, that means he casts off his body. Neti punarjanma, there is no, he is not born again. Mameti, he attains me. You see, there are similar verses or similar essence of the verses has been mentioned many times in Bhagavad Gita, and most of our scriptures are full of them. They're all talking about giving up the body. They're all talking about no punarjanma, talking about merging with Brahma. That means giving away the worldly affairs, our association with the body and the world needs to be given up. Then only you'll understand the reality, the real understanding of what we are. We are Brahma. We will never be able to understand that we are Brahma, Brahmasmi, so long as we are associating ourselves with our body and the world. That's what all the scriptures have been talking about. The goal is set. The goal is to go beyond the body and the world. The goal is to reach Brahma. Now, in this journey from this body to no body, Brahma, is the thing which we have been trying to understand how it happens. As we mentioned, as we know in chapter 8, verse 15, again, Lord says the same thing. But here the word Mahatmanah comes in. Mamu petya punarajanma dukkhalayam shasvatam napnvanti mahatmanah sansiddhim paramam gata. He says, Mamu petya punarjanma napnvanti. Mamu petya punarjanma napnvanti does not go for punarjanma. There is no punarjanma. Punarjanma into what? Dukkhalaya masasvatam. The world, many places you will note that for the world it is mentioned dukkhalaya. Although people do enjoy, people do feel happy, and they live to remain happy. But essentially, even if one is happy, this is very transitory. By and large, it is storehouse of dukkha, asaswatam. It is all temporary. Whatever you enjoyment you get, that is transitory. The body is transitory. This world is transitory. So when one refers to world, it is sansara is dukkhalaya. Sansara is asaswatam. So giving up the dukkhalaya and asaswatam, one should mamu pitya punarjanma mapnamti, doesn't get. Who? Lord talks about Mahatmanah, those who reach the highest level of perfection. Those who have reached that stage, sansiddhim paramam gata, he attains highest perfection. He is perfected. He is liberated from the bondage of the world. Liberation, when we talk about release from the attachment with the world and a dissociation from the world, leading to release of dukkha, release of temporary existence, and be one with the Brahma. Again in verse 16 of chapter 18 says, Mamu petyuta kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. You see, the understanding here is that one needs to give up the body, needs to not seek the situation so that there is no rebirth, and ultimately be one with Brahma. Now imagine, when we are talking about giving up the body, can we really give up the body? Is it at our will that we give up the body? Okay, that of course it is not in our will. So, or when the body is given up at death, when we die, what is given up? Is the whole body given up? No, it doesn't happen. It is, body is not one piece. It has got three components. The body is gross body, there is subtle body, and the causal body. what is cast off or what is given up, what is left behind is only the gross body. The sthula sarira. स्थूल शरीर का विनाश होता है. स्थूल शरीर को हम अग्नि के सपुर्द करते हैं. But the causal body along with subtle body, it doesn't get lost there. So when we talk of casting off our body, when Lord talks about tyaktva deham, what is meant by that? We should understand what are we giving behind. But when you talk of punarjanma neti, there is no rebirth, then we understand, oh, rebirth can happen only when you have not discarded the subtle and the causal body. As long as, because whatever you do or not do, the gross body has to be left behind. That is the natural process. But the subtle and the causal body, which with vasana and guna, everything there, takes off and take another body. That is the transmigration of soul. That we know, vasangsi jirnani yatha bihaya, navani granati naruparani, da sarirani bihaya jirnani, anyani sanjati navani de. We have known that in verse 22 of chapter 2, Lord has clearly told us in the system of Sankhya Yoga, where the Atma, along with the subtle body, leaves and goes to another and leaves it behind as if the cloth is worn out, and worn out cloth is discarded, and that Jivatma, along with the subtle body and the causal body, takes up another body with that. So the question of understanding has to be that the body to be discarded, or body to be left behind, or body to be totally unassociated, has to be not only the gross body, but also the subtle body and the causal body. Now, if that can be achieved, then this will apply. In that case, there will be no punarjanma, and you ultimately attain him. Now, how one with body can become nobody? I'm not talking of nobody, it is no body, separate. There is no body. Without body, giving up completely body. This I tried to explain last week in a way which put many of you off. I understand. I have used this from 7 steps from Sri Sankaracharya, and that what I was going to go through all these, and I went through hurriedly, but I will not discuss this because the wordings here are such that you are unfamiliar with that. Of course, this also tells us scientifically what happens from this cosmic body of Brahma to the Nirakara Nirgun Brahma when there is no body. But I will not use this. In fact, I will take you through a very simple process of simple phenomena with which you are all very much familiar. But I will take you through that so that we understand, we have a clear understanding of when we talk of from no body to body, then we talk of how we can make effort so that with body we reach a state when we have cast off our body. When we understand that, then our effort will be towards that. Now, the creation, as you know, is from Ishvara. It is Ishvara which has the power to create. And this comes from Nirgun Nirakara Brahma. Purusa. The Prakriti comes in, which the Ishvara takes up the Prakriti, and that is Prakriti which contains each and every component of which ultimately gets manifested. So there is to start with, the Ishvara has the power to create, and that power is called efficient cause. Nimitta Karan. That Nimitta Karan, the efficient cause, is applied by Ishvara to create the universe. Now this universe is what? It is material which has got so many components. In fact, there are 31 components, and these are all given in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verses 5 to 6. There are 13 components which constitute the whole Prakriti. They are those Mahabhutani Hankaro, Buddhira Vyaktamevacha, Ahankariti Yamme, Mahabhutani Hankaro, Buddhira Vyaktamevacha, Indriyani Dasekam cha, Panch Chendriya Gochara, Ichha Dve Sukham Dukham Sanghatak Chetana Dhriti, Etat Chetam Samasena, Sabikaram Udayartam. These are the two verses you can go through yourself at home from 13th chapter, verses 5 and 6. Lord counts, give you the detail, Mahabhutani, Ahankara. Then you have got Mahabhutani, Ahankaro, Buddhira, Abhyakta. When we say Abhyakta Prakriti, that is the unmanifest Prakriti, the primordial nature. Then you have Indriyani, thus 10 Indriya, Ekam, that is Mana. So altogether these are 24 plus 7 components. Most important among them are those 5 gross elements, basic elements, which are ungrossified to start with, ultimately get grossified. Now, summing up, what material we have is the Abhyakta Prakriti, primordial nature. They are not grossified. They are in the Bija form, seed form. As seed contains every component of a large tree, so also the seed of Prakriti is contained in the primordial nature. Then they have also got 3 gunas. These are important. These three gunas, Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, they are equipoised. That means they're equally balanced. They are not separated. There is no Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun at this stage. It is what is called a Sambhuti, equipoised stage. So, in Saguna Brahma, these material constituting the Prakriti is created by Ishvara, and subsequently when he takes the form, Saguna Satara Brahma, he takes avatar, and that is the divine body. Here, what happens? The Prakriti, which was the elements which are ungrossified, becomes grossified. The Prakriti, which is unmanifest, now it is manifest, hand, limbs, body, and other things part develop, but they are fully under control of Brahma, of Ishvara or Avatar. They have got guna, but the stage guna is equipoised and that devoid of bhavasana. These 3 are essential component of a divine body. When you take a divine body, that divine body has manifest Prakriti under control. All the elements are now grossified, but gunas are equipoised and devoid of vasana. But human being, what happens? Human being has manifest prakriti. It has got all the components and they are under influence of vasana. Three gunas are not equipoised. Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun have become manifest. Now, if we want to transform ourselves into ultimately Brahma, then we have to go through reverse process. The process has to be reversed, and that reverse process we have to understand that from human body to no body, from human components of Prakriti, no Prakriti. We have to give up all gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body to be able to become no body. And when there is no body, then only you can get no rebirth, then only you can have, you merge with Brahma. So there is need for getting the Prakriti not under influence of, getting the body not under influence of Prakriti. The vasanas have to be, has to go off. Gunas have to which is unequipoised, has to become equipoised. So the three guna become equipoised. Prakriti unfolds. Gross becomes subtle. The unmanifest, they become manifest. So they lose existence. So the process is reversed. From manifest to become unmanifest, the unequipoised guna will become equipoised guna. Ultimately, that will be lost, the existence will be lost, and the body is no more. That is the merging of the body with Brahma. That becomes no body. That is the need. And in order to do that, what is important? We have to get rid of vasana. It is vasana which is causing the satogun, rajogun, and tamogun. And once the vasana is exhausted, then only we are able to get rid of all the three components of the body. Now, there are a couple of relevant verses which tells the same thing which I have mentioned. The process which I have mentioned has been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita by Bhagwan in very clear way. How to attain immortality even though engaged in action. That means from body to no body, how to become that. We have known the process. Now we see application of that. Bhagwan tells us very clearly in a couple of these verses which I have quoted here. Ya evam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunaiha saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasa bhuyo vijayate. What is important here? To understand he who thus knows Purusa and Prakriti with guna. The play, it is the play of guna, it is play of guna that makes the unequipoised, makes the unequipoised status, so that there we have got Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun in various compositions, and depending upon the guna, our mana, buddhi, chit, ahankar, everything gets influenced. It is the guna. If you are Satoguni, you have got a different level of understanding. If you have Tamoguni, you are a different class of person. All these things have been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. I don't have to tell you, you all know very well the effect of Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. But these gunas are the real culprit in us. So Lord is saying, you understand, evam vetti purusam prakriti gunaisa sarvatha vartamanopi. Even if you are engaged in action, Nasa bhuyo vijayat. He is not born again. You see that? Again, same thing Lord is talking about. You are not born again. You get rid of that body you were holding because you have understood the importance of guna, which is affecting the prakriti. If the guna is affecting the prakriti, you will never be getting rid of your body. Taktva deham pura, taktva deham you can't have. If you, as long as there is play of guna, the prakriti will be dancing on its tune and you will never be able to get release. So Bhagwan is repeatedly telling to get rid of guna. Look at this verse, very beautiful. Guna ne tan titya trin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukhair vimukto mritamasnute. The embodied one, having crossed beyond these three gunas, again, so beautifully, Lord is talking about, you have to get rid of not only the tamo guna, not only the rajo guna, even sato guna, you have to get rid of. All these three gunas, we have to evaluate ourselves where we stand. Presently, you have the Devi Sampada, Devasura Sampada Vivag Yoga. You go through verse chapter 16, you know everything is so beautifully designed there. You can mark yourself what are the qualities in you or what are the disqualities in you. You have a statement of your understanding where you are. Then slowly and slowly must get rid of tamoguna, get rid of rajoguna, and ultimately get rid of sataguna also, so that you get released. Gunane tan titrin. All the three gunas must get rid of in order for the body to get evolved, free from birth again, no janma and death, decay and pain. Those are the indications of prakriti, so the jagat or the body to immortality. From body to no body, you have to go get rid of all the three gunas. So, message given by these verses, Bhagwan telling us, get rid of this body, become nobody. Now, let us move to the question of Bhagwan's telling, Janma Karam Cha Me Divyam. Now look at the way here Bhagwan is saying. He has told us about Divya Janma. We have gone through Avatar very in detail. Here now is bringing up the question of Janma. You remember in chapter 4, what was Arjuna's question? Aparam bhavato janma param janma vivaswatah katame taddujaniyam tumado proktavaniti. He is talking about his janma because Lord said that I gave the teaching of yoga to sun god. So Arjuna thought, how come we are born almost same time? How is it that you gave this message yoga to sun god? Aparam bhavato janma param janam vivasvatah. Our birth is recent and the sun god was born when? So how come that? So Arjuna has been talking about janma. Lord also was talking about janma. Bahuni me vatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natum veta param tapa. He's also talking about janma. Then suddenly he's talking about karma. He says, janma karma cha me divyam. You see, Lord, many places, Lord has himself maneuvered to bring in the topic which he wants to deliver to Arjuna and through him to all of us. You see, in chapter 11, Arjuna, in chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, the Lord learned every detail about all the Vibhutis of Lord. So he thought, let me have darshan of Bhagavan. He says, Drashtumikchami te rupam aiswaram purushottama. In chapter 11, verse 3, Arjuna requests Bhagavan, Drashtumikchami te rupam. Mark the word rupam. Rupam is a singular number. Lord, Arjuna wants to see Bhagavan ka roop dekhna chahte hain. He didn't want to see everything in Vistar. Drashtumikchami te rupam. And Bhagavan says what? Pasame rupani sat sot sahasrasa. Rupani. Arjuna wanted to see his rupam, but Bhagavan from his side said, no. I have not only show you my rupam, I will show you my Vishwarupa. Sata sato sahasra rup main dikhaunga tumhe. That I will show you. So that is up to him what he wants to do. Many times he has done like this. I don't want to take your time on that. But this is what a teacher often wants to present to the student some concept, some idea, which may not be asked by the student. So here, Lord is bringing up the question of his karma, janma and karma me divya. Why he is saying so? There is a reason behind it. There is reason behind everything. Something we may understand, other we may not. Here the thing is, so far Arjuna is concerned, or we are concerned, we are not able to do anything so far his Divya Janma is concerned. His Janma is different, that no human being can ever do it. But when it comes to divine karma, there is a possibility of carrying on some divine work which is possible by human being. I think I have indication that I have to stop here. So let me stop. I will take it up next time, next week. Thank you very much for patient listening. Thank you very much indeed. Jai Sri Krishna, everybody. I am stopping here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasadji. You brought up so clearly, Nirgun Nirakar, Sagun Sakar. Things are getting clearer and clearer now. Also, you brought up three gunas. 45th verse of second chapter, Sri Krishna prepares Arjuna. Three gunya Vishaya Veda, Nishta gunya Bhavarjuna. And that's what he is preparing Arjuna to transcend those three gunas. Thank you so much. We are getting nitty-gritty, and thank you so much. Now we have 10 minutes left, so I have to request Rameshji for 5 minutes and request Dineshji next 5 minutes to share the progress that he's working on a very, very important project in Gita. So Rameshji, if you are listening to me, come on. And also I want to thank Ninaji, Chaturvediji, and all the people who are in attendance, and wish all of them happy Rakhi. Rameshji, are you there?
Yes, I am always there.
Yeah, you are omnipresent. Okay, sir, shuru kijiye.
Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna. बहुत अच्छा लगा, कितना हम लोग भाग्यवान हैं कि भगवान की वाणी के ऊपर हम लोग इतना डिस्कस करते हैं एवरी वीक, अपने नॉलेज को बढ़ाते रहते हैं। और ये गुरु का भी आदेश है कि गीता पढ़ो, और दूसरों को गीता के लिए प्रेरित करो। तो भगवान की कृपा से, गुरु जी की कृपा से यही काम हम लोग अभी कर रहे हैं। छोटेपन में तो हम लोग ने मस्ती की बहुत, पता नहीं था भगवत गीता क्या होती है, लेकिन गुरु जी के आने के बाद हम लोग थोड़ा जाने लगे भगवत गीता के अंदर, क्योंकि संस्कृत लैंग्वेज ऐसी है कि जब भी पीरियड होता था क्लास में, स्कूल में, तो हम लोग भाग जाते थे, कहते हैं बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, हमको नहीं पढ़ना है। और हम लोग को नहीं मालूम कि भाई बिना संस्कृत के लाइफ बिल्कुल जीरो है। भगवान की वाणी के सवाए बिल्कुल एक इंसान गिरता जाता है अगर उसके पास भगवान की वाणी नहीं है। तो शुक्र है कि गुरु जी हमारे लाइफ में आए और उन्होंने हमारे प्रेरित किया गीता के ऊपर, जो आज हम लोग इतना बैठ के ज्ञान सुनते हैं, दूसरों को भी थोड़ा जो जानते हैं वो बताते हैं, और सबको कहते हैं कि ये इसके सिवाय आपका कल्याण नहीं होगा। क्योंकि कई लोग तो चल रहे हैं, जिंदगी चल रही है, लेकिन उनको पता नहीं है कि एक दिन हमको ये शरीर छोड़ना है, दूसरे शरीर में जाना है, परमात्मा के पास जाना है, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है। लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट नो। और ये सब लोग इस बात में परेशान रहते हैं, लेकिन परेशानी की कोई बात नहीं है। मैं आपको एश्योरेंस देता हूँ। पता नहीं क्या ये मेरे साथ ही होता है या सबके साथ होता है। आज जो मैं बोलने वाला था वो नरेंद्र कपूर ने भी बोल दिया और वो यू प्रसाद ने भी बोल दिया, जिसके ऊपर मुझे बोलना था। दोनों चीज पहले से उनको मालूम पड़ जाता है कि रमेश के मन में क्या चल रहा है, तो वही टॉपिक आ जाता है। तो नरेंद्र कपूर जी ने बोला कि भगवान को पार्टनर बना दो। अब बताइए, भगवान को पार्टनर बनाने के बाद क्या भगवान अपना हाथ आपसे छुड़ा सकता है? नेक्स्ट इम्पॉसिबल। एक बार आपने भगवान का हाथ पकड़ लिया तो भगवान की भी ताकत नहीं है वो हाथ छुड़ाने का, क्योंकि ऐसा संबंध हो जाता है शिष्य और भगवान का। और भगवान को चाहिए भी यही भाव चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। और इतना हमारे लिए करते हैं प्रभु, आप सब देख रहे हैं, हमारी पालना पोषण करते हैं, हर चीज हमको देते हैं, जो हम मांगते हैं हमको देते हैं। तो क्या हमारा फर्ज नहीं है प्रभु को भी कुछ देना? तो भगवान आपसे क्या मांगता है? आपने देखा होगा भगवत गीता में 12वें अध्याय में 8वां श्लोक, मय्येव मना आदस्व मैं बुद्धिम निवेशय। 2 चीज मांग रहा है आपसे, और वो आपकी चीज है भी नहीं। जिसको आप अपना समझ के बैठे हैं वो चीज आपकी है भी नहीं, वो परमात्मा की दी हुई चीज है और परमात्मा मांग रहा है। तो आप उसको देने में आपको क्या तकलीफ है? जब मांग रहा है, परमात्मा खुद मांग रहा है कि मुझे तुम्हारा मन चाहिए, तुम्हारी बुद्धि चाहिए, तो आप दे दो ना। और फिर उसके बाद देखिए आपको भगवान क्या देता है। कहता है मैं वो दूंगा तुमको जो मैंने किसी को नहीं दिया है। मैं अपने पास तुमको बिठाऊंगा, मैं तुम्हारा जन्म मरण खत्म कर दूंगा, ये जो 84 लाख जूनी है सब खत्म कर दूंगा, अमर कर दूंगा, परम धाम दे दूंगा, परम गति कर दूंगा तुम्हारी। बताइए क्या दिया आपने और आपको मिल क्या रहा है? थोड़ा ये तो सोचिए। कोई भी धंधा करता है फायदे के लिए करता है, इसमें फायदा ही फायदा है। आप दे क्या रहे हो और ले क्या रहे हो? भगवान की वाणी है, और भगवान की वाणी सत्य वाणी होती है। जो भगवान ने बोला है कि हम तुमको ये देंगे, तो ये सोच लीजिए भगवान देगा, क्योंकि उसके हाथ में है। तो आप कोशिश कीजिए, अपना मन और बुद्धि, आप जो भी काम कर रहे हैं सुबह से रात तक आप कीजिए, कोई मना नहीं है। लेकिन मन किचन में काम कर रहे हैं, बाय ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, मन परमात्मा को दे दिया, बुद्धि परमात्मा को दे दी, तो आपका भी थोड़ा लोड कम हो जाएगा। आप अपने आप को बहुत हल्का फील करेंगे। आपको मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा कि मैंने मन और बुद्धि भगवान को दे दी है। तो ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें अच्छी है। जो प्रसाद जी ने बोला अभी कि जन्म कर्म, ये मेरा सबसे बड़ा श्लोक है पूरे भगवत गीता में। भगवान ने साफ बोला है, जो मेरे कर्म को, जो मेरे कर्म और जन्म को तत्व से जानता है। क्या सिंपल थ्योरी बताई है। तत्व से जानता है मेरा कर्म, कि प्रभु का कर्म देखिए, छोटेपन में कंस और चाणूर को मार डाला, पता नहीं क्या किया, कितने कितने बड़े बड़े काम किए। कोई छोटे छोटे बच्चा कोई ऐसा कर सकता है क्या? और जन्म, माँ सोच रही है कि मेरे पेट से वो कृष्ण भगवान जन्मा है, तो उसके ऊपर हक जमा रही है, लेकिन उसको पता नहीं है उसके पेट में तो हवा भरी हुई है। भगवान प्रकट होता है, जन्म नहीं लेता है किसी माँ के पेट से, वो प्रकट होता है।
भाई, थैंक यू। समय
5
हो
मिनट
गया।
खत्म हो गया बस। जय श्री कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण। If Dinesh, you are here, please brief us what is happening in Gita Dham and what you want to do.
So, Jai Shri Krishna, as you all know, I think today is a very, very good theme. As Guruji had proposed, like in 92, about Gita Dham, from that point on, I've been thinking the same way, that how come Gita Dham has to come up and has to become so big that the whole world will know it. And we are on that progress. So we have already arranged to have all the plantation done on Ganesh Chaturthi Day, which is the 30th of August. 2,000 plants will be planted in the town, and we'll be starting watering and everything. Everything is being already planned, and luckily the vendor for the tree guard is coming tomorrow to Gita Dham to show give us pricing and so forth. But good thing is happening, that we are talking to him to set up a plant right there near Gita Dham in that village, so it can generate employment for the future tree guards we would need. Likewise, we can develop nurseries. So there's a lot of things happening in that front. Also, we are starting Zoom classes in India. And also we are connecting Satyaji to different temples around here. And anybody else wants to participate, Kapoor Saab, or Prasad ji, or any other speaker wants to participate, we can connect them with different temples. There are a lot of devotees who are seeking this kind of lectures and discussion for Gita in this country also, especially
Okay,
temples.
we are heading to 9 o'clock now, Chicago time. So take 10 seconds more and conclude. Sorry about it.
No, that's good. At least we are sticking to our time. So I want you guys to think about joining us down the road in this project, because we need all of us together, because this is Guruji's project and Gita Dham's project. It's nobody else's project. So we are just instrumental in it. That's all. Jai Shri Krishna.
I want to thank Dr. Abhay, Prasad ji, Shakti ji, Kamlesh ji Pania, Bimla ji Pania, and everyone. Please remember, tomorrow on Facebook, a special full moon program by Swami GeetaKiran ji. Come and join us. Thank you very much. 9 o'clock Chicago time, 10 o'clock New York time. Thank you very much, Narendra ji, Dr. Prasad ji. We are heading in the right direction. There is no doubt about it. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Good night.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.